Hello, LS11 Universe, and welcome to Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory 2023 live reactions. Oh, it's great to be here. This is my favorite stream of the year to do. I love Impact Wrestling so much. I think everyone knows this by now. I'm a huge Impact fan, and Bound for Glory is one of my favorite shows of the year to watch because it's just always so fun. It's always so fun. There's always a lot of laughs. There's always a lot of surprises. You never know what's going to happen at Bound for Glory. I mean, last year, Bully Ray ended up showing up. Oh, it starts at 8. My wife's going to be thrilled about that. I told her it started at 7. I guess the kickoff show for it starts at 8, so we'll tune into that. Whoops. Oh, that was, and the actual, the kickoff show starts at 7:30. Oh shit. Well, I was reading 7 all week, so whoops. Hey, Pierre, and hey, Zach. Zach, I will get to your question in just a minute as well. Whoops. So, we all agree that when my wife gets here, we don't tell her that the show doesn't actually start until 8. Yeah, Unforgiven was a lot of fun. There's a lot to talk about with it tonight. So, of course, tonight I will be partaking in some drinking. Small issue. I don't know where my shot glasses are. So I don't know how I'm going to play the part of the game where I take a shot. Because we do have the drinking rules for this. They're in the description, as I've mentioned before. Only play along if you're of legal drinking age and consenting to drinking. So, call your shot returns, get 1 shot because you're calling your shot. Title changes, get 1 shot. A sip of your drink for your finisher. 1 sip for every 2 count. Finish your drink for return outside of call your shot. And I will drink 2 full cans in the span of like a couple minutes on stream if CM Punk shows up. He won't. I hope. Let's just hope he doesn't show up. So until then, what do we do for 30 minutes until the kickoff starts? Because I fully expected that this was going live at 8. I really did. I don't know. What do we do? Because I'm terrified to... What happens if I do this? Okay, that goes to that. That goes to that. I don't have the Elgato hooked up because I'm watching the pay-per-view. And so, other than that, we'll figure something out. 2K19 would take too long to boot up, so I can't show you anything on there. Also, been recording TLC 2013 this week on 2K19. Okay, 2K19, not as good as I remember. Quite honestly, a little clunky. A little clunky. There's a take for the US title match. I'm really glad that didn't pull up on that because that would have spoiled some stuff. There's a take for the US title match that I ended up deleting. And let me clear some of this unneeded footage off my computer real quick. There's also a new channel banner. Yep, the Champions banner is gone. There is a take of the US title match that is 23 minutes, and there are no eliminations in the tables match. It takes 23 minutes and no one goes through a table. And so then I redid it across a couple clips, and it's more like a 15-minute match instead of 23 with no eliminations. It's 4 eliminations in about 15 minutes. So I've been working on it. But yeah, so let's take a look at the chat. Since Edge is the champion, are you going to do the Rated R belt? No, because the Rated R belt was only a spinner belt, and Edge only used it once, and I'm not a fan of the Rated R belt. Low-key, I actually wanted Edge to go to Ray because I wanted to see what he could actually do with him. You know that there's, like... That's, like, Edge is champion, but, like... He's gonna lose the belt eventually, is all I'm gonna say to that. And yes, the Champions banner is officially no more, and that is simply because keeping it updated was just a general pain to do. Keeping it updated was just constantly having to fight with making new renders and making everyone fit, especially when we added new championships or retired championships. I then had dead space I had to fill, and it was just a mess. But yeah, so what do we want to do for the now 24 minutes we have to kill? I don't know. The pizza order has been placed though. My wonderful wife is going to pick up the pizza for me, which is fantastic. I've got the drinks ready. Really wish I'd known. Really wish I'd paid attention to the fact that it starts at 8, not 7. Because the countdown to Bound for Glory, I mean, yeah, it's going to be great to see Mike Tenay, Don West, and cannot remember who the third person being inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight is. But it's going to be nice to see the inductions, but I would have honestly preferred to have that time to do some other stuff around the house. But I can't end the stream and then just restart the stream. I mean, I could. Hypothetically, I could just end the stream and say, all right, I'll be back in an hour. But I don't know. That just doesn't feel right to do. I don't know. Tracy Brooks. Thank you, Zach. But yeah, so let's see. What are we gonna do today? WWE 2K24 is trending today. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, I changed phones this week, so that's been fun. Not only did I change phones, I am so sorry to all of your ears on that one. I changed phone providers this week as well, which is oh, thank you for the subscribe, Felicia. But anyways, changed phone providers this week, which typically when you typically when you change phones, you can just when you change phones, you can just pretty easily move your SIM card to a new phone and it'll copy all your data over. Not the case when you change phone providers. That's all I will say there. Yeah, Cody attempted to hit a woman. That did indeed happen. I got something I can share. And Zach saying Cody has officially snapped. I'm going to be very careful here and not accidentally spoil anything. But how about a little preview of Friday? Let me get to the right part of the footage. I've recorded SmackDown. I'm recorded with every show for next week except for the 2 pay-per-views. And Great American Bash and TLC I will probably just do on Tuesday. So, I'm going to give you guys a little preview. I'm going to show you part of Cody's promo from Friday, for this Friday. It is not often I do a preview like this, but we're going to do it. Let's see. Will this work? All right, this should work. Hey, Cody. How you feeling, bud? Ricochet. It is you, right? This isn't another Sami Zayn trick? No, no, it's me, bud. Good. I just had to make sure. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Uh, had a very productive meeting with the talent liaison, Brandy Rhodes. We're working on working on filling that spot. All right. Do you need me for anything? No, no, of course not. I mean, why would I need you for anything? I'm the world champion. I can do it myself. Anything. I can do anything. I beat John Cena. I beat Randy Orton. I beat Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, everyone. Why would I be worried about Drew McIntyre? Cody, I didn't say anything about Drew McIntyre. Of course you didn't! Because why would you? He's not the topic right now. Why would we talk about him? You know what? Here's what you can do. You can leave me the fuck alone. Oh, alright. So yeah, there's a little preview. Little preview of what you can expect on Friday. To kind of show you where Cody's headspace is at after everything that happened today. But yeah, Alba Fire is officially out of the six after today. She quit the group rather than being kicked, and I believe that makes her the first person to quit. Yeah, because Charlotte, Lacey, and Drew all got kicked. Yeah. Okay, can you let us know what predictions videos in the retro series are on the line for points? Yeah. So pretty much just the rest of SmackDown 2004 with not TLC, Great American Bash and SummerSlam. Those will have predictions, but every other retro series from there on out, every other retro pay-per-view just won't, because you guys don't have any kind of idea of what the stories are going in. Yeah, I'm going to do my whole series over the next probably 6 months or so, where I probably will start tackling my 2013 to Payback 2014 stuff, just because I already had all that written out, so I want to do it anyway. But I'm not going to make those predictions unless people want them to be predictions. I don't want people to, like... There were people who scored pretty low on predictions for... who have scored pretty low on predictions for main shows where they've had the context going in, so I'm a little worried about them having predictions for shows where they have no context going in. Like, the lowest score at Unforgiven today was 2 out of 8, and the highest score was one person got a perfect score of 8 out of 8, and I don't know who that is. I know who got the 2 out of 8. Let me see. I'm going to go through the predictions forms, and we'll see who got the 8 out of 8 real quick. I won't pick on anyone for having a low score. I do brag on people who get high scores, though. It was someone whose username is Indru, I believe. INDRU. I don't know who that is. I don't know if they're in the chat or not, but if they are, congratulations. You are the one person who got the 8 out of 8 on Unforgiven today. A lot of 6 out of 8s today. That was kind of the 5 and 6 out of 8 were like the high scores. But the most missed match of the night was, let's see. The match that most people got incorrect of the night was The Miz versus Bronson Reed. 5 people said Miz would win, 19 said Bronson. And second most wrong match of the night was Edge versus LA Knight with an 8-16 split between the two of them. Honorable mention there, let's see. The Legends versus Future Women's Stars tag match was a 50-50 split exactly. It was a 12-12 split, because we had 24 people playing today. But yeah, so that's how that's all going. God, I really wish I'd known this show wasn't going to go live until 7:30 or 8. Really wish I'd known that. It's fine. God, what else do I have to talk about? Because like, so I announced earlier that Raw is going to be a premiere on Monday, so don't forget that. We'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because LS11 history is going to be made on Monday Night Raw. I cannot give you any kind of context of what that is. All I can say is that The Miz, the new U.S. champion, is going to host Miz TV, and when he does, he's going to be making an announcement of what the history-making moment on Raw is going to be. Also, I've got a package that I've had for like a week, and I haven't opened it, and I should probably open it. I know what's in here, and it's unfortunately not Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. We'll get to why it's not in a minute, because I would have been playing that today and yesterday if it was. I think this is how you open this box. It's opening, so in my book, I'm doing it right. Okay, good. They sent me the right thing. I bought this after the releases a couple weeks ago because I realized it was going to be the only figure this guy ever got. I bought a Boogs Elite, which this is my... Oh. Out of focus. You want to focus on... Is that going to fix the focus? No. Yeah, I bought a Boogs figure, which this is my first wrestling figure I've bought in over a year. It's so rare I buy wrestling figures now because I don't collect them anymore. Isn't that how I fixed it before? Was I had it focused on my hand, and I went like, whoa, with my hand, and that... Nope, that's not it either. Okay. Maybe I turned my camera off and on. No. Maybe I take my webcam, and... Oh, we're good. We're back. Cool. Yeah, it's been quite the week for myself as well. My wife, our best friend, and I got approved for a new apartment this week, which is exciting because, as many people know, I'm not a big fan of where I'm at right now in this very enclosed space. You might wonder, well, Xander, why it's your problem? You know how I had like that big area before. My desk is up against the wall now, and I have my arm's width of space for myself here when it comes to my desk. Whereas when I move, I'm going to have my own kind of office room, or as my wife has called it, a man cave. I don't like the term man cave very much, so we've decided to call it, we compromised, it's going to be the Zanctuary, the Zander Sanctuary, and I'm excited for that. What else do I have to talk about for this week before we even go live? Of course, I've got to update the Raw intro again. Hey, Brantley. I've got to update the Raw intro for LS11 again because I'll probably just switch Edge and LA Knight around, put Edge's champion entrance and then just LA's entrance where Edge's was. But yeah, I got to update that, and so that'll be fun. Just updating the intro. It's not hard. It's just a tedious process, I suppose, is the best way to put it, because like I said, it's not much work. It's just a tedious amount of work, if that makes any sense to anyone. But yeah, if anyone's got questions, of course, all night questions are going to be going, and the lower this bottle gets, which this bottle will probably get like maybe that low tonight, depending. I don't anticipate doing many shots tonight. Let's look at what the Bound for Glory match card is real quick, and I'll do some quick predictions as well. Might have messed up my upper knee, or my left knee, because I missed a step and my knee popped up through. Ooh, that is rough, man. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear about that. Okay, let's see. So the matches going in, we've got Will Ospreay and Mike Bailey, Chris Sabin, Kenta, MK Ultra versus Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steelz, The Rascals versus ABC, the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, PCO versus Rhino versus Steve Macklin versus Moose, Trinity versus Mickie James, and Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander. Okay, so some quick predictions for you all on that one. Will Ospreay is going to beat Mike Bailey, no doubt. I could see Kenta beating Sabin. MK Ultra is going to retain. The Rascals will retain. Call Your Shot's a tough one, but just looking at the names that are currently announced for it, obviously Hart says Joe Hendry, but I don't think he's going to actually win it. But looking at everyone that's in it, knowing the winner gets a title shot, I might say Jordan Grace could win it. And then Trinity's going to beat Mickie James. I think that's going to be it for Mickie and Impact. And then I think Alex Shelley beats Josh Alexander. So there's my quick predictions for you. Man, I swear if Cody doesn't lose the title anytime soon, then I will be shocked because I'm getting kind of bored of his reign after he defeated Ciampa. Well, like I said in the actual premiere itself, Ciampa winning just didn't make any sense. Like, yeah, it's been 3 years since Ciampa had a shot at the World Heavyweight title after losing it at Bad Blood Season 2, but he and Cody didn't have any history before this. There wasn't much of a story going in other than I wrestled twice as much as you when I was champion. I only held the belt for a quarter of the time. And, like, yeah, that's a cool story, but that's not a, your 400-day reign is coming to an end right now story. And there's got to be, like, a sense of urgency. It's got to feel like the person has earned it. And as much as I love Ciampa, he was in a tag team last season. Season 3, he was kind of up and down. Season 4 was kind of a back burner season for Ciampa. And, like, yeah, he was getting wins this season, but, like, those wins were over Rey Mysterio and Dolph Ziggler and Apollo Crews and guys like that. You know, if he was going in, he was running through the 6, and he and Cody had this months-long story, then it would have made sense for him to beat Cody. But, as I said, we don't want to just end this, you know, historic reign for the channel at this point, because he's at 407 days now or something like that. 417, I don't know. He's had the belt for a long-ass time. That's what I know. And so, he's had the belt a long-ass time, and we don't want the reign to just kind of snap your fingers, it's over on a B-level pay-per-view. So, it'll end eventually. I can't really say much more than that, because I don't want to give any hints on when and where it will end. But your first guess of where it will end is probably your correct guess. But I'm not going to elaborate or confirm or deny anything. Let's see. Cody did it all by himself. Maybe he really is that damn good. That was a big part of it as well. That was a really big part of why the 6 didn't get involved, is because, yeah, I'm getting tired of the 6 interference as well. I told Ray that. You know, I think the interference made sense in the Roman Reigns matches. It made sense at WrestleMania. We didn't do it at Elimination Chamber. And Solo being in... So just kind of going back defense by defense for Cody real quick. Back at the Rumble, Solo joining the 6 at the Rumble made sense. He didn't need him against Dustin. The War Game situation, that was 4-on-4. That's the only time Cody has lost since being world champion as well. Before that was Bad Blood. He beat Ziggler on his own. The screwy finish where there was no 6 interference at Night of Champions. SummerSlam, he had Drew's help against Cross, which was a big part of the WrestleMania story. What was before SummerSlam? Was it Money in the Bank? Did we do Money in the Bank? It was Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules, it was Johnny Gargano. Triple H cost Gargano, and that was setting up the DIY story and the whole I bail you out all the time story for Triple H, who then made the Cross match. Gargano at Money in the Bank was just a lot of back and forth interference, and half the people in that situation aren't even in the company anymore. Then before that was Tyler Bate, who he beat on his own, and Randy Orton, who he beat on his own. So really, Cody's won more title defenses on his own than he has with the 6 interference. The 6 really only started interfering at SummerSlam last year. And from there, they interfered at Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and Backlash. So 4 matches. They've interfered in 4 defenses out of over 15 now. 16 now, something like that. So, not much overall. Zander, hand me a root beer. I only have actual beer here, my friend. Speaking of Cross, Harbingers of Doom are dead. Yes, indeed they are. And that is because I had no plans to put the belts on them. And I have some ideas for Cross, I think. Maybe? I don't know. I enjoyed Harbingers of Doom while it lasted, but it had a shelf life. And I feel like the separate pieces are better than the sum of their whole, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does or not. Has my wife looked at her messages? The issue is I don't get good cell service here, so I can't really call her. And I placed our order for food half an hour ago. Kind of expecting her... She gets off work at 7. Hey, will you ever put Kenny Omega in your universe mode? Or no? Because I want to see... So we have AEW universe for that. We got AEW and Impact universe. We kind of try to follow the company lines, with the exception of like AEW and Impact have some more free agent leniency, if that makes any sense. Impact really has more free agent leniency. But with WWE, we try to just stick to the pieces we have. And maybe one day that'll change, but I don't know right now. But yeah, Kenny and Cody's not going to happen, at least not anytime soon, especially with Kenny being in AEW and Cody being in WWE. I mean, we've got Forbidden War at the end of the year, or towards the end of the season as well, but I can't tell you if that's the match that's going to happen there or not. We've only just started discussing matches for Forbidden War 2, which is WWE versus AEW, which is why it's War and not Door. I'm asking someone to the legal drinking age. Fair enough. Yeah, so I have managed to ramble for 26 minutes, which is shocking for me. Kind of shocked that I was able to pull that off. But what else can I talk about? Do I have water? No, I don't. I will need to get that before the drinking games begin. Maybe my wife will know where the shot glasses are. We'll find out when she gets here. If not, we'll just kind of take guesstimates. Judgment Day is all the gold again after Jimmy screwed his own twin brother out of it. Yes, I saw. I do watch Raw and SmackDown every week. I feel like I say this most live streams and premieres at this point. I do watch Raw and SmackDown every week with very little exception. I don't watch Dynamite every week just because some weeks it just doesn't interest me. And even if I don't watch a show, I do keep up with the results online so that I know what's going on to help keep me informed for the series. Ray W, the Master of Scumonomics, it's such a great story, yeah. All right, so my wife is going to be here in just a minute with the food, which is so exciting. I'm so hungry. I had some Zaxby's for lunch today, and they accidentally gave my food to someone else, but I'm not complaining because they did. They remade it and they gave me my order eventually, and they threw in like an extra dessert for me. I do still have right here, so I'll probably have these on stream at some point. For my universe, I'm thinking of DIY again, but this time it's Johnny Organo's theory. Well, that point, just call it the way, because that's what it is. Speaking of the way, Dexter Loomis has spoken for the first time in LS11 history this week, and the Honorable Judge Cornell, of all people, happened, and that happened because Community Creations was down for me, because my internet fucking sucks. I'm gonna go unlock the door for my wife. I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know if it picks up on the mic when I talk this loud, but if you guys hear me on the mic, that means you can hear me from the kitchen. And if you can, just put a random thing in chat that tells me you can hear me from across here, because that'll be good to know for streaming in the future. Okay, I'm coming back to my desk now. I have returned. Okay, so now Tommaso Ciampa will be there. Okay, that makes sense. So Zach, is the thinking emoji showing that you could hear me? We get to see more of the Cody Rhodes story. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've not recorded it yet, but everything is set up for that on 2K19. I'm still debating whether I keep using 2K19 for retro shows or not. Because, like, once I'm done with the PS5 once I'm done using the PS5 to do Retro SmackDown, then I'll probably just start using that for retro pay-per-views. Okay, Zach Pugs here is ranking the LS11 promotions. WWE at the top, understandable. AEW in second. And third, yep, third is Impact. So that's a big matter of preference. Obviously, I'm more of a ROH New Japan. Oh, it's just kind of also a matter of who puts out more content of those. So there we go. I got my earbuds in. Let's see. I actually have I've got my good earbuds back, by the way. I found them finally. So I think we're actually going to use these for this stream. So we're gonna. Did I do it? Yes, I did. All right, good. I got my earbud in, which is good because that means I'll still be able to hear my wife, but I can also move without being linked to my laptop via a cable. Which is going to be good for, like, if I got to go refill my water or go to the bathroom or anything. Let's see. Can I get my phone charging on... can I get my phone charging on... here? What an ROH episode last week? Yeah, this week's ROH, like, LS11 Honor Club is recorded. It just hasn't been edited yet. I'm probably going to edit it and upload it tomorrow. Worst case, I'll get it done on Monday. Then you'll get 2 in 1 week. I just have been a little busy, all things considered. But yeah, last week's ROH was a pretty good episode. I mean, you had a title change on it. She's unlocking the door. I told her I'd unlock it for her. Did you miss the text where I said I'll unlock the door for you?
No, the text that get acquired as I was turning my car on. I don't sit in my car and wait for you to text me back before I get on the road.
Well, that's just mean.
You think after almost 7 years of me not waiting for a response, you'd understand that when I tell you I'm on the way back, I am on the way back by the time that the text goes through.
Well, that's just mean. Anyways.
No, it's not. It's called being efficient with my time and not sitting in the car running the engine.
Sounds like someone who doesn't own a hybrid.
You did it before you had a hybrid. Don't you pull that shit.
Folks, this is how I end up.
Sat there in the pilot with the engine on, waiting for a text. Or checking your YouTube statistics with the engine on.
I feel like this is how I end up on the couch tonight. I haven't even started the drinking game yet. Speaking of, your drinks are in the fridge.
Which fridge?
Big fridge.
You know, I keep my drinks in my mini fridge.
I got a little busy because when I got home, someone, and I'm not going to name names, but it's a little 7-pound, 9-month-old cat, was on top of the fridge about to jump behind the fridge.
Yeah.
I pulled her back as she was starting to reach behind the fridge to go down.
Yeah.
Someone said that Xander's speaking to himself. No, Xander's speaking to his wife, who is being unnecessarily mean to him right now.
Oh, quit it with the crocodile tears. You know you have every word of what I say coming. You deserve every word I dish out. Not my fault if you can't take it.
It's gonna go cry now.
Once again, not on me.
Okay, so we are starting off over here. We got the first Hall of Fame induction of the night, folks.
Boom, 7 cans. 1 mini fridge.
Yeah.
And by mini fridge, so chat knows, it is basically just a tiny can fridge.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Made
it
by
is.
Frigidaire themselves, the refrigerator company makes a tiny can fridge.
Yep.
And I love that thing. And
Yep.
Dana's on the pizza box.
That it's warm.
Yep. And now her butthole's warm. You want pizza? Come get it.
Okay, give me just a second and I will. All right, folks, I'm going to go grab some food and refill my water because when this drinking game starts, I'm going to be taking it seriously. I'll be right back.
None.
She wants the pizza.
You don't get automatic access right
Do you happen to know where our shot glasses ended up, by the way?
now.
I know I'm the one who packed them. I don't remember where I packed them. So, yeah, thanks.
No, I only got my stuff up late for my PS3.
Mm-hmm. You hear that, folks? My wife doesn't love me. She just said it. You didn't have to. It's the same thing.
You know, fucking cold in the box. Motherfucker just walked away.
Right, let me set down my plate and then I'm gonna refill my drink. What? No, you're fine. You played last stream, remember?
Oh.
That wasn't a problem then.
I don't remember what the volume was at.
It was a little lower. It wasn't like super high, but it also wasn't too quiet. Just let me get my water and then I'll tell you.
I meant numerically, not metaphorically. Telling me, oh, it was in the Goldilocks range. Doesn't tell me shit.
Well, once I get over to my desk, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if it starts to pick up on the mic or not. Okay, now I'm back, everybody.
You hear the bullshit he puts me through, chat?
It goes back and forth. I think you had it like either like 9 or 12, somewhere around there. All right. Got ourselves some Domino's Meat Lovers Pizza tonight because
You're not sponsored. Why are you advertising?
I figured people usually ask what kind of pizza I'm eating, so go ahead and answering the question before it becomes a question.
The way you said it gave me advertisement, though.
Well, shut up.
Never do free ad services.
Yeah.
Okay, watch my pizza. That's my phone number.
Okay. There you go. I watched your pizza for you.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome, I suppose. The Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan squash match. Yeah, well, that was the entire point of it being a squash. Was yeah, you got to establish one. There's a new scary dominant force around in the women's division, and two, no one expected it to be a squash. So
Oh, right. I'm gonna go on the boat. That's what I have. What?
the boat.
Yeah.
So, for reference, for all of you wondering why I laughed and said the boat, my wife is currently playing Baldur's Gate 3 as she was last stream. And on some days we play it together on our own profile that we have together for it. And that's just our dedicated day where we usually put like probably 8 or 9 hours in on a day.
Depends on the day, but yeah.
And my favorite thing to do is my quote unquote intrusive thoughts, where you can there's a push option in the game where you have a chance to roll a dice, and if you succeed you'll push a person a certain.
Shove is the mechanic, and it's based off of your strength score. You make competing strength checks with the enemy.
Anyways, if you succeed your dice roll, you will be able to push someone. And my favorite thing to do in combat is push people off of ledges to kill them. They give you that option in a dialogue cutscene, and my wife has just gotten to that cutscene on her solo playthrough.
Which means that after this, I'll be fully caught up with where we are story-wise.
Wow.
Yep.
Not the most shocking squash match. What was then, Zach? Out of sheer curiosity, what was your most shocking squash match I've done? And we can open that up to all the chats. I mean, we've done a lot of squashes in the past. What's the most shocking Alex Levin squash? I haven't even started drinking yet.
26, and I needed a 10 to beat that persuasion.
Hey Colton, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. Been a little while. Yeah, the Drew McIntyre chamber was that was meant to be shocking, yeah. Oh, that was very cute ending to that Hall of Fame ceremony there. Yeah, the Goldberg one was originally supposed to be a squash in the opposite direction. Then we saw the true colors of that guy and changed things. Yeah, up and comer's a strong choice of words for that individual. He went out and went back to season one, and Bray destroyed Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I forgot that was a squash as well. That was completely because of 2K19 making it a squash. Um, Went out by being squashed by Goldberg. It's the way the best of us go out, or the worst in some cases, like that one. Hmm. So I've not watched much classic TNA wrestling, as many of you know. One day, when my schedule clears up a little bit more, because I start downsizing the channel a little bit more, streamlining it might be the better word. Once I start streamlining the channel just a little bit more, um, I do one day want to make a weekly series of live streams specifically, where for a couple hours a day, once twice a week, I go live when I don't have anything I have to record, and we watch TNA from start to finish, just starting with year one and working our way through it episode by episode. Seems like it'd be fun. But I'm gonna be doing a Survivor Series watch along. That is currently the plan. Yes, is to do that in November. Ray is wanting me to come to his house to do it though. So
Oh, a good way for you to phrase what it is you're doing with the channel is you're properly delegating the workload evenly.
yeah, that's a good way to put it as well. Is we're gonna probably this time, or not this time, but in a few months at the end of season 5, going into season 6, we're gonna try and get it set up where Ray can take over a few more things on the channel, so that I'm only doing 2 or 3 videos a week instead of 5 to 7.
I don't pizza box is warm, baby. But like, you're not stopping me from eating.
Good pizza. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
You know the box is warm and your cat won't stop spitting on it.
Yeah.
And now there's another pair of feet on the box.
Love that.
Cat that's causing the problem.
Yeah, it sounds about right. But hey, she's cute, so
She's got that.
she does have that
Ain't
going
got
for her.
much else.
No, she's not smart, but she's cute.
She's got pretty privilege. She's lucky Darwin had to come for her ass.
He tried with the fish water.
You'd get to win a Darwin Award, little girl. You've at least got that going for you.
There we go.
In part because your father and I care too much about your stupid little ass to allow us to present you that award.
Pretty much.
That award only gets presented in the company of the Reaper.
Yep. Of course, as everyone knows, we've got all the clips ready to go tonight as well. So clips are good to go. We got royalties just in case. Excuse me. Yeah, we got royalties. We got would you look at that? It's the police. We've got did everyone see that? Because I won't be doing it again. We got everything we need for tonight. I'm ready. Um Okay, yeah, that's a great question, Zach. I got a question about a Spot and the Tiffany versus Beth matchup. You went for the first moonsault, trying to hit Beth with her own move. Yeah. So when Tiffany Stratton turned her around, and you saw there was the move thief option there, and then she like kind of reached for her, but she staggered. Um, that was the game just taking away the move thief and not even activating it. And so that was really annoying because the finish was supposed to be moonsault, and then she was going to hit Beth with the glam slam, beat her with her own move. Did it start yet? It is still the countdown to Bound for Glory right now, where they're doing the Hall of Fame stuff right now.
Babe, I gotta send you this image.
Okay.
Save images on TikTok again. Fuck. They changed this? Or am I just fucking stupid?
I can't comment on that. I can't acknowledge that question.
Cause like I was literally saving images off of TikTok literally fucking last night. Why can I not do it tonight? Where the hell is this? I can't find it. Where'd they put it?
Welcome to Xander watches his favorite. Xander tries to do his favorite live stream of the year while his wife yells at TikTok.
It's literally just 5 saving videos last night. Freaking screenshot. Ugh.
Oh man. But yep, so remember folks, even when I start the games here in a few minutes, questions are always welcome on these live streams. I do my best to answer everything I can. Of course, I won't ever give universe spoilers, but I will give hints and previews of stuff sometimes. And we'll hope that I don't accidentally spoil what the big history-making announcement on Monday is going to be. Yeah, I have no comment on that one while I'm live, dear. There's a big crowd outside the TNA building. Everyone believes CM Punk is there. Oh, I've got another clip for tonight, I think. Hold on, is it? Yes, I do have it. We will hold on to that for tonight if we need it. I'm going to move that to the top just in case. There we go. That fixed the issue I was having. Those people will disappear, though. Isn't a good place after 8 o'clock. Good to know. Good to know. I've never been. At least Mike's being a good sport about it in this speech here. So for those not watching the thing that for those not watching Bound for Glory right now, Mike Tenay is talking about himself and Don West, and he said that his son reminded him that he was not his favorite commentator. It was his broadcast partner. And so he gave his son an autograph one time that said, "To my son from your second favorite wrestling commentator." You know what? That's what being a good sport's all about. That's why I'm always nice when people make the Ray is better jokes. Does it hurt a little bit? Maybe sometimes.
I didn't know if this next one sums up your journalism degree or not.
Yeah, pretty much.
For reference, I'm sending Zander Baldur's Gate 3 memes.
Yeah, she's sending me a lot of memes right now.
Which I can't play while I eat. I need both hands to play.
Yeah,
my button mashing hand is full of pizza because I'm right-handed and I put all the buttons on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
It inhibits my gameplay experience, so I look at memes instead because I can eat pizza with my right hand and I can scroll memes with my left.
Yes, and I also
optimize my dining experience.
And hampering my live streaming.
Okay, but I'm improving your evening though, yeah? If anything's putting you on the couch, it's that.
Well, you know.
I love the way that Dana doesn't fight to get in the pizza box. She's content just smelling the pizza and licking her chops. And soaking up its warmth. You know, a place is cold when your long-haired cat sits on the pizza box.
Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, that's the other reason I need to go back to our old apartment, because all my sweatpants are there.
You didn't pack any of your winter clothes?
No, because I figured I was going to be going back every few weeks, and they're in the closet there, and that closet scares me because of how much stuff is still in it. And see, the issue is, I would go back after work on Friday, and then just go to Ray's, give him my old computer, and do Saturday's watch-along from there. Issue is, next Saturday's watch-along is one of the Saudi shows, and Ray doesn't do watch-alongs for that. So I'm not gonna do a watch-along for it at Ray's house.
What time is that gonna be then?
1 p.m.
Until
4 p.m. probably.
Okay. Got some concerns.
Was that?
Saturday evening.
Right, yeah.
Just quit biting my nose napkin. Quit biting the tissue boxes. That's me to wipe my nose on, not for you to rub your gums on. She does not comprehend.
That doesn't shock me.
So, you can get a whiff of garlic, you can come over here.
All right, folks, we're about to move into the main show of Bound for Glory. Very exciting. All right. 10 seconds until the main show starts. Let's do this, folks. Remember, the rules are in the description if you are of legal drinking age and if you are of legal drinking age and can drink responsibly, then, of course, I've got the whole play along drinking rules in the description, but if you have a drinking problem or you are not of legal age, then I do not encourage it. That is getting my disclaimer out of the way.
Be smart about it and within the legality of the action.
Correct.
We do not condone illegal or harmful activities.
Yes. What my wife said. My wife knows what to say to keep me out of jail.
Yeah. It's almost like I've got a couple lawyers in my family.
I know. One of them was the best man at our wedding.
And the other is my cousin's husband.
Yep.
And either way, you tend to learn some legal jargon just chatting with them.
All right, folks. Let's.
I became a lawyer. I don't have legal jargon talking with them.
All right, folks. It's time. The show is starting, which means it's time to open the 6-pack and crack open the first drink.
So I don't know where our glass ones are, but
I saw that.
I do have this for my bachelorette party if you want one.
I was going to ask about that because it was yours. I didn't want to just grab it without asking, so
Good.
that'll work.
That's
Thanks.
effectively the reason why they gave us that,
Mm-hmm.
because it is meant to be disposable. It's purely if we were doing shots later.
Could you
Because
possibly?
the dance studio, we booked it as a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
So since they were cool and fun like that, they were like, here's disposable shot glasses for everybody.
Could you possibly get me my glass off of the kitchen table? It's got my metal straws in it right now.
Do you want the straw or the glass?
Just the glass. Missile, you don't get any of the alcohol, baby.
Oh, there's one sitting here that doesn't have the straw.
Perfect. You can bring me that. This tastes better out of a glass.
Yeah.
It is scientific fact.
That makes sense. A lot of things do. Why do you have it twice?
Because I'm watching it on the TV, but it's plugged into my laptop. It works better when I have more than just my desk to work with.
Yeah, no. Here. Let me show you something I did when Rylan and I watched Netflix on the Fire Stick.
Mm-hmm.
So if you'll let me kind of reach over you here.
Okay.
That goes all the way down.
Yeah, my
There
laptop
we go.
kind of turns off if it goes to a certain point.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh. Yeah.
My laptop's got a little more wiggle room there, so just get that logged back in. And there you go.
That'll work, I suppose.
Because now you also don't have half your screen blocked by your laptop.
Fair. All right, folks.
You could also probably turn your laptop around. Well,
It wouldn't.
not with the angle back here.
And not with that. Not with that running around.
Because your jacket was bridging the gap, so she thought that was solid. You really managed to find the dumbest cat of them all.
Well, you know, cats match their owners, is what they say. All right, folks. As a reminder to those that are playing along, the rules are in the descriptions. The rules are as follows. You take a sip of your regular drink for every finisher. A sip, which means you're going to drink at least once per match. 1 sip for every time the referee counts 2 during a pinfall. You finish your drink if there is a return on the show. Doesn't matter if it's here, or if it's here, or even somewhere in between. You finish that drink if there's a return. And that's outside of the call your shot gauntlet. Then, if you're doing shots like I am, you have a shot for every return or debut in the call your shot gauntlet. And then if any titles change hands, you do a shot for every title change. Which means there is a possibility of me doing like 10 shots tonight. And if that happens, my poor wife.
You are going to be dead. You're not going to be dead. You're going to be vomiting.
I've yet to vomit while drinking. I've been drinking since I was redacted. You know how old I am.
Since you were 21.
Yes. I've been drinking since I was
I
21.
have been drinking since I was 21.
Yes. And
That's what everyone does.
I've yet to vomit while drinking. And we might already be off to our first shot of the night, folks, as the X Division title is the first matchup we've got tonight. Chris Sabin and Kenta. My prediction is a Kenta victory because starting off Bound for Glory with Kenta winning with a GTS in Chicago is going to bring me so much joy. I'm very excited for this one. Yeah, be careful. I opened the box to get my rum out.
Yeah, I noticed when I saw that it was only partially torn rather than, you having used a knife to just remove the tape.
I accidentally tore it while trying to remove the tape is what happened.
This is not where I thought this would have been.
Yeah, you can blame my grandmother for that one.
Ugh.
God love her.
I mean, it fit nicely, but it just... I didn't expect to find my popcorn popper in the liquor box. Or no technically PG way of putting it, but you also already flashed your rum on camera, so that's out the window.
I mean, they know I'm drinking tonight. You can drink on YouTube. As long as you're of age.
On YouTube, you said?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Okay.
Pretty sure you can drink. I don't know. They might demonetize it, but who knows?
Have they demonetized it yet?
No, they haven't the last 2 years.
Then I'd say that's legal.
Zach says if CM Punk doesn't come tonight, then Survivor Series. I mean, the reports are saying WWE isn't interested. And I don't blame them for not being interested. Phil comes with so much toxic baggage. If he's going anywhere, it's going to be here. It's going to be Impact, whether I want him to or not. Yeah, I don't think that's how it's going there, Zach, quite honestly. I don't anticipate seeing Phil anytime soon. I'm going to be turning off my webcam for just a moment here, folks. Okay, I'm back. Had to handle something off stream that I had to handle something off camera for a second there. I think I missed 2 count there, so got my drink in. And so, folks, just so you know, finishers count for the finishing move of the person. So, like, if Sabin hits Cradle Shock, that's a drink. If Kenta hits GTS, that's a drink. Also, I just like to say, I feel very justified seeing Kenta here in Impact because that's where we've been using him in LS11 for like 2 years almost. We've actually only been doing Impact for a year and a half now that I'm thinking about it. It'll be 2 years come April. Yeah, April 2nd. Which I remember our first Impact show so well because that, it's always been my favorite show to do of the week. It's just so fun. There's some weeks where I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do it this week, but, you know, Sometimes you just got to push through a bad episode to get to a good one the next week. And it's not even bad like the quality's bad, just bad like it wasn't my favorite to do. Oh, oh, God's sake. That was like 5 2 counts back to back. What the hell? Hey, Doopy. Welcome to the stream. This is why we keep water with us as well. Thank you for the compliment on the show. Very glad people enjoyed it. Of course, Monday we will start Money in the Bank qualifiers. Currently, the Money in the Bank qualifiers I can confirm that we will see this week are on Raw and SmackDown. There will be 4 on each one, 2 for the men, 2 for the women on each one. Raw will have Roxanne Perez versus Chelsea Green. It will also have Jey Uso versus Braun Steiner. It will have Grayson Waller versus Pete Dunne. And it will have what is the other one? I have to look at the footage to remember. Terrible as that is, I cannot remember for the life of me what the other qualifier on Raw is. It is it's Alexa Bliss versus Maxine Dupree. That's the other one on Raw. Pro Wrestling Unlimited says Punk won't be at Impact. He's at the Blackhawk game. I don't want to have to do that part of the drinking game. And then on SmackDown, the Money in the Bank qualifiers are going to be Bayley versus Alpha Fire, Becky Lynch versus Xia Li, Carmelo Hayes versus not Joe Gacy. Carmelo Hayes, that was last week. Carmelo Hayes versus Sheamus, excuse me. And you can already hear, you can see the alcohol already starting to hit. And another men's one, what is it? Nathan Frazier versus Kofi Kingston, that's what it is. Oh, no, it's going to be another 2 count. Already halfway through the first drink of the night. That's the first match. I'm going to amend the 2 count rule.
You've already laid out the rules.
Okay, but I only have 6 cans to go through the night.
Then pray.
You'll have to let me know what you think of the pineapple one when you have one. What you looking for?
Plastic sleeve.
Yep. That's how they do their cans.
Yeah. Which means you need to remove the plastic sleeve before it goes to the recycling bin.
Yep.
You have so many cans in the recycling with plastic sleeves still.
Oh. Whoops. Excuse me.
Just because it mixed recyclable doesn't mean you don't still have to separate the products out.
All right, folks. Keep the questions rolling. We gotta give me stuff to talk about. We gotta keep the conversation rolling tonight. I can't just sit here in silence. That'd be boring. I remember the first time I did Bound for Glory watch along in 2021. We didn't have that big of a fan base yet, but I think we weren't even monetized yet either. We hadn't hit 1,000 subs yet. We were still just starting out. All things considered. I see Vladimir Kozlov is in Impact. I did, and when I saw it, I was going to bed one night, opened up Twitter just because I had a notification, saw that, and almost fell out laughing. All right, Saban going for the cradle shock. What?
You know how full your glass looks?
Uh-huh.
Same volume.
Wow.
Alrighty, it smells good.
Well, that's good. Glad I made a good pick, at least for smell.
I mean, smell is the majority of taste. Because if you plug your nose and you eat something without having smelled it first,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really taste it.
Neat.
Because you remember what you learned, like, potentially way back in elementary school, where you really only have 5 different taste bud receptors?
No, I didn't learn that.
Okay, well, you really only have 5 taste bud receptors. Salty, or potentially 6, depends on which school of thought you subscribe to. Salty, sweet, sour, bitter. Oh no, the 5th is umami and umami. So basically, you have 5 sensations that your mouth can pick up on. Spicy technically 2, but spicy affects all the taste bud receptors. And they are thoroughly mixed throughout the tongue, so the whole like regions of the tongue thing isn't actually real. But smell is the majority of taste. So if you can't smell something, you don't taste it. Which is why when your sense of smell goes away from COVID, why you can't taste anything either.
Got it. Oh! I think that might be it, folks.
You gonna try a little sip?
Sure.
So it's sweet up front, and like that way pineapple is, but then on the back you get that kind of
It's pretty good.
sour from
Yeah.
the like the acidity from the pineapple. With just a touch of the apple in there too.
Well, I'm off to a bad start when it comes to predictions, but that was a hell of a way to start the show. I did not enjoy the sequence where there were like 6 2 counts back to back because I just had to kind of keep the drink rolling because I couldn't stop. I was very hopeful that Kenta would win with a GTS in Chicago to piss off Phil. You know, because how dare the guy do the move that he invented that you stole? Hey, you know what? No title change means no shot yet. Oh god, it's the tag titles with 2 flippy teams. There's gonna be a billion fucking 2 counts. I think that's the order. I think they're showing the order the matches are gonna run in tonight. Oh, Monsters Ball is up next. I forgot about that. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Zach. I've been feeling better and better with each pay-per-view as well. So Moose, PCO, Rhino, Steve Macklin. I don't think I gave my prediction on this one actually. It's not going to be PCO. His contract's about to be up, and he's leaving probably. Macklin's a good pick there, Zach. It's between Macklin and Moose for me. I'm between Moose and Macklin personally. Bully Ray could cost Macklin tonight. I'm I'm gonna go with Moose on this one. What?
Look at Nizzle. See what she's got her face in.
Oh. Moose and Brian Myers is such a weird team, isn't it? Yeah, remember, guys, all these guys have been locked in a room for 24 hours with no light, no food, and no water. Totally legitimately, we're locked in there. That's the rules of the match. So they're going to be hungry and dehydrated and angry. So they're going to try and kill each other. If I were locked in a room with no food or water and light for 24 hours, I'd come out and just be like, hey, I want a sandwich? Wrestling jokes.
I just think you said you got your basically your voice peaked for a second there.
Ah.
Is that directed at me and I'm just not hearing him because I'm off some lost in Baldur's Gate sauce or what?
Okay, well, the line is incoming, just so you know.
What? Oh.
Some big guys are about to fight. It's okay, it's toned down while we're living here. Just beware, folks. I'm gonna say the line in a moment. Once everyone has made it to the ring. Visibly attack Rhino, helping Macklin as part of a plan between the two. I don't think so. Also, if Moose is about to be in a world title match, I could see it being him getting the win. Because I assume it's probably going to be Moose versus Alex Shelley at not Turning Point, but whatever's next. Because at Turning Point, it's Moose and Macklin versus Motor City. And once PCO gets out here, we'll say our line. You know the one. Also, I only found out like 2 weeks ago PCO was in WWE. All right, bell's rung. The big trucks is gonna eat the little trucks. That manageable for you? Cool. Huh?
That's alright.
That's about as loud as I can go while we're living here. I don't want it carrying all the way upstairs. Oh, Jesus!
This one's trying so hard.
All right, Zach, let's hear that joke you said you've got. Let's hear it. I could use a good laugh. So, I can't remember, folks, but please tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't it Heath's contract up with Impact now as well? Did he leave? I haven't looked at the Impact roster in a minute. Let's pull up the Impact roster. Because I know Sammy Callahan is gone, which has messed with my plans just a little bit. But haven't moved him to the LS11 free agents yet. Let's see. Okay, Heath is still on the roster right now. One time, my geometry teacher asked me to name an angle, and I said Kurt. Ah, that's pretty good. Moose, the plaid pants are a fashion choice for sure. Not not a good fashion choice, but you also could probably break me like a twig, so I'm not gonna say that to your face. Remember the last Monsters Ball I watched specifically. I'm gonna say I watched because I know it's not the last one they did. Was Moose and Sammy Callahan at Slammiversary 2022. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the evolution joke before. So I will say, I don't know if anyone's seen it on the ls11universe.com stuff yet. Bobby Roode has Bobby Roode has unfortunately been moved to the retired stars page of ls11universe.com. Makes me sad to see him there, but he had a hell of a 3, 4 year, had a hell of a 5 season run in LS11. First season was a little on and off, but second season on, the guy hit the ground running. Season 2, he was WWE champion for most of the season. Season 3, he was WWE champion and a tag team champion. Season 4, he was Intercontinental champion. This season, he was Impact Tag champion. He's been champion more than he hasn't. In fact, I think he's been champion longer than he hasn't on the series because in 5 years, he spent almost the entirety of season 2 with a title. Um, only went 2 months without one in season 2. Only went a couple months without it in season 3. Had one for a few months in season 4. So yeah, I think he spent more time with belts than without them in LS11. So hell of a way to go out on this past Thursday. And I'm really glad I got to have him go out on a high note with Impact. Yep, that's why we've retired him because he's not cleared in real life and has been moved to a producer role. Oh no, no, not thumbtacks. Ugh. If any wrestling spot makes me uneasy and makes me squeamish, it's thumbtacks. What?
That just kind of reminds me of something that I saw on Tumblr.
Uh,
At one point, it was some wrestling gif, uh, and dude just like dumped a whole thing of dice into the ring,
mm-hmm.
and then threw the opponent down on it. Obviously, it was like, damn, you've probably never stepped on a D4, but damn, that hurts.
No, they'll use stuff like that in wrestling a lot. What's been done for decades is thumbtacks. Sometimes people do Legos.
Yeah. I mean, those are the obvious ones, though, if you ask me. Like, there's no fun in that because that's what everybody expects. But, like, dice, though? Like, how often do you stop and think, like, yeah, you know what this needs? A set of dice.
Oh, thumbtacks on cinder blocks. Oh no.
Ew.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah,
That tells me everything I need to know about that.
yeah. I'm very lucky I've never... No, I have seen thumbtacks in real life with wrestling. I've seen them in person. Back in January when I went to Impact. I forgot about that. That's. Oh, hello, Missile. That was when Josh Alexander and Bully Ray had their hardcore match that ended with the ankle lock with Bully tapping out in thumbtacks. Back when I missed, I had to leave right when the real show started. So Chris Sabin has beat Kenta, and we are into the Monsters Ball match now. That is where we're at. And I am almost done with my first drink of the night. And Missile just sprang off of my desk, which made everything shake.
That's all.
Look, when we move, this little shelf is going where it does not connect to anything higher up. Because the two places we've lived so far, it has given them somewhere to spring to. The dresser here and the windowsill at the old house.
Bonk. That's your father's melatonin, little girl.
Oh, that's mine? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, you put it up here.
I didn't put it there.
Well, you did.
I don't remember
I
putting
didn't put melatonin up here.
I don't remember putting it there.
Then Nizzle put it there. What?
Yeah, please take the intruder out of the shot. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why she stops whining when she gets held like a football.
She will start to kind of wake the lunch try and fight out of it.
Eventually. Yeah, I'm gonna miss having Bobby Roode in the series as well, but I think the way he went out is about as good as you could expect, losing the titles to Cornold and Scott Steiner in the dumbest way possible. I think Rude will probably. I think if he's going to go anywhere, if his contract with WWE expires and he doesn't want to stick around as a producer, which I think he will stick around as a producer, but if he goes anywhere, he'll go back to Impact. Because he probably won't wrestle again. He'll probably just be a producer. Oh, there's Bully. Oh! There went Macklin through the barbed wire table. Thank you, Missile, for jumping back up there. Missile. Missile, get your head out of that box that I can't say what it is on stream.
The no hole punch box?
Yes.
Yeah, don't hole punch that, Missile. We need that.
So yeah, my pick of Moose seems to be safer and safer by the minute. She knocks something down.
Yeah, my earrings. No, not that. The batteries.
Missile.
These are AAA batteries, you little girl.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's got thumbtacks in the back of his head. Nope. Couldn't pay me enough. Couldn't pay me enough. Just observing.
Yeah.
That's a finisher.
That was just them knocking into each other.
Oh no. And that's another one.
He's climbing your half-open drawer.
Oh no. That drawer's not supposed to be half open. I thought I closed it. Was not expecting a PCO win given his contract's up in a few weeks. But maybe they came to terms on a new deal. I'd be down for it. I like him being around in Impact. He's a great fit. An undead man, like the French, literally being Frankenstein's monster in real life is only a gimmick that would work in Impact. So, okay. What do we gotta do to see Gunther chop Miz? We've done that before. What do we have to do? Yeah. But yeah, so you'll see what Miz's big announcement is on Monday. Trust me. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I'm excited for it. Monday at 6 o'clock. I'm very excited for that premiere.
Remembering and basically in the French style.
Oh, fun. The Miz
Rather
match
than
was.
like I'm reading this journal
Uh
and it says cycle 40. Cycle 40 and 2. Cycle 40 and 5. Yeesh. Why do you have to count in the French way? Like, I get it that, like, it's a method of counting, but at the same time, you're counting with math. Just combine the numbers. You don't have to stick an and in there. Just 42 will do just fine.
Miz match was chaos. Yeah, that was kind of the point of it, was to be as chaotic as possible to justify how the guy who didn't win a match in all of season 4 got a championship this season. Because, like, I gotta have justification for how losers win titles. That'd be like if Jinder Mahal won the title on Monday, like, with no explanation. Oh, the Feaster fired was certainly interesting. Forgot about that. The end of Uemura in Impact, which just makes me really sad. I was enjoying Joya. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a Rascals win. It feels like it's probably gonna be just them retaining tonight, but I also wouldn't be shocked if ABC got the belts back. Would you like to see heel Joe Hendry Impact? I'd be interested because I know he can be a good heel, but it would make my heart very sad. Remember when Ray and I went to see Impact back in June. Yeah, it was June when we went. Ray was looking at me like, I'm thinking about yelling out this. I was like, Ray, quit thinking about yelling things that are going to get us kicked out. Prestige one, I'm like, honestly, like looking at all Joe's gimmicks he's done, like from an unbiased, I'm always going to support him no matter what he does because that's my guy. But out of all the stuff he's done, I think the prestigious one is probably like my least favorite of his gimmick, like of his big four gimmicks he's had. That's probably second least. The answer is probably my least. Like, say his name, local hero, the prestigious one, the answer. That being said, I've enjoyed all of them. I'll probably say least best because I've enjoyed all of them. I don't want to sound like any of them were bad. Hmm. What do you think about the anti-hero Drew McIntyre? I mean, you can kind of see shades of that with what he's doing in LS11 right now, but I really like it. I like that right now characters have more depth to them and they're not just cut and dry good guy bad guy anymore. Like you got good guys who are willing to do bad things and you got bad guys who will do good things for the right people. You got people remembering that they don't like other people. It's very refreshing for it to feel like real people. Oh, this match is going to be so flippy. It's going to be great. I'm excited. It's so funny. I remember when I first started Impact, Ray was trying to offer me people to have his Bullet Club's tag team when the Good Brothers left. And he was like, hey, if only Bullet Club needs like a good tag team. Impact. Ray didn't watch Impact, doesn't watch Impact week to week like I do. So I knew about Chris Bay and Ace Austin being a team, and I really liked them. Um, and so he was like, I just wish Bullet Club had a good tag team in Impact. I said, they do. It's like, no, they don't. I was like, they've got Chris Bay and Ace Austin. He went, oh. Like Ray, you gotta keep up, man. You don't have to watch it week to week. Just read the read the results. I would say check Twitter, but I wouldn't curse. I wouldn't put Twitter on my worst enemy at this point. I'm only on there for YouTube stuff. I get on there, I put up my posts, I maybe scroll it once or twice a day, and that's about it. I try and stay off of it now.
Oh, that's a good look on you. Look at the Mason Shield outfits on Shadowheart.
Oh, cool.
They're not part of the same set, but they do look good together.
Yeah.
Not that there's really such thing as sets in D&D.
Yeah. Jesus. So believe it or not, folks, I do actually like the Rascals. I just don't like them as much as the rest of the teams I've got at my expense and impact. They're a very good heel team. I'll say that. They're very good at being annoying. Oh, it's very funny how it all worked out. It's like when MSK was in NXT, I didn't get it. I didn't like it. I saw no value in it. They broke up. Wesley went out and did his own thing. And I was like, all right, I like him. He's got potential. And now, you got Wentz and Miguel together in Impact. I'm like, all right, they're growing on me. They're good at what they do. I'll definitely say I'm glad that Zachary Wentz got a chance to got a chance for redemption after everything that happened to him a few years ago and how that all came about of what happened. But that's the most I'll talk about that because this isn't the place to talk about that kind of stuff. This matchup is as flippy as I said it would be. So, yeah, of course, folks, literally anything you want to ask about the channel or anything you want to ask, other than for spoilers on the channel, of course. Always open to questions on these streams. Excited for the Jay and Jimmy feud. I mean, I'm as excited as I can be, not being a huge fan of either of them. Jay has grown on me. They've both grown on me a little bit as of late, but I've never been a huge Usos guy. In fact, 2014 through like 2017, probably 2018, maybe, I didn't like them at all. Especially 2014 to 2016, the half face paint on each side when they were just generic baby faces and they won all the time. They just were on my nerves. They had go away heat with me, especially when they were beating all the teams I really liked. Like you know, you had Goldust and Stardust, who I was a big fan of in 2014. They won the titles from the Usos, and then the Usos just beat them in a non-title match like a couple nights later. And then you had Miz and Mizdow, who were great, that just barely held the belts a month before losing them back to the Usos. But yeah, nowadays they've grown on me a lot because they're both very complex characters now. At least Jay's a very complex character. Jimmy just has one fucking brain cell as his character. Ooh. I didn't realize there was a cover going on there because they weren't showing it happen. Oh geez, we're almost through our first drink of the night, folks. Good news about that is we're about to be an hour into the show and 3 matches in out of 7, I think. I don't know. Maybe we're to see face Cody in the retro videos, knowing what he will become. Yeah, that's an understatement for sure. It's like going back and rewatching a show, knowing how it ends. It's like when I go back and rewatch The Boys sometimes. I know what's coming, which I won't talk about because I don't want to spoil it for anyone that might want to watch it. Like someone in the chat today was talking about how they thought LS11 Cody Rhodes was very similar to Tribal Chief Roman. And I get that in terms of like the I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. The most basic aspects are similar of world champion who is a heel with a faction that has had the belt for a while. But like the guy's arguments were that Roman has been in war games and so has Cody. Okay, yeah, they were heel faction leaders in a matchup that's designed for heel factions. And it's like, I don't mind the comparisons because there are some comparisons there. But the only thing that annoys me with the only thing that annoys me with the comparisons is when people are like, oh, that might be it. Rascals might lose it here. The Rascals just accidentally spray painted one another. Oh no, that's a title change. There's some of the things not wrestling with him. Yeah, but the big difference there is Cody's actually on the show every week and shows up to work, even if he's not wrestling every week. Because LA Knight wasn't wrestling every week. Like, that was our third pay-per-view of the season, and LA Knight had had as many matches as Cody this season. Oh, boy. First shot of the night, folks. We're one drink and one shot in. All right. This one's for the title change. It's been like a year since I did a shot last. It's so good, but I know I can't do it all night. Yeah, I definitely get that as well, Zach. Because we do make it a point that Cody does still wrestle at least once a month. And he's actually wrestled more like twice a month this season. He wrestled on SmackDown this month. And then a couple months ago, he was actually at WWE Live, which, we don't do WWE Live every week. WWE Live is the lowest on the priority list. The 4 weekly shows are up here. Ring of Honor's World Cup is right underneath right now. Ring of Honor's here. WWE Live's down here. WWE Live is, did I get everything else done and do I have the motivation? Quite simply. All right, Will Ospreay versus Speedball Mike Bailey is up next. And so, I will just say, because of the very first match of the LS11 World Cup.
Now, I'm not saying you owe me royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for.
Which, of course, the World Cup is really fun to do as of late. I haven't done this week's World Cup. I'm glad I just remembered that. Here we go. Such a good theme. Oh, it's such a good theme song. So, for those wondering what this week's World Cup matches are going to be, let's see if I can tempt anyone into becoming a member tonight. This week on the World Cup, we will continue into Bracket B, which will see What are the round 2 matches for Record B? Eric Bugenhagen, formerly Rick Boogs, versus EC3. Pac versus Chad Gable. Sonata versus Omos. And Joe Hendry versus Claudio Castagnoli. It was elevated, Zach. It was elevated. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to actually sing it because my wife's 3 feet away from me, and I feel like my drunk singing voice is enough to get me divorced. And the look I'm seeing is telling me I'm probably right. So I guess it's time to open up the second can of the night. Shit. I just. Oh no. Be right back, folks. I gotta go grab some napkins. I dropped my can and it fell into my cup, which caused my drink to spill over the sides.
Yeah. All of that.
You know, I think if they wanted no, um, if they if they wanted to teach kids about the dangers of drinking and doing stuff, all they need to do is show them my live streams where I play drinking games because I become useless like 30 minutes into the stream. And then I make messes out of my entire desk. So, whoops. Oh, and since Osprey's in the ring, I guess I could pull this out. I don't know if anyone even knows I own this. This was my Christmas gift to myself last year. I bought this also not only as my Christmas gift to myself, but because of when the Doctor won the LSWF US title. If this had come in the like 6 days that he had the belt, we were going to take a picture of him with this, me with the ARW title, or with the LSWF title, and Carnold with the ARW title, just all going together. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the World Cup, Zach. It does help. It does make me feel good seeing that, you know, people are enjoying the World Cup. That I'm not just making it for no one. Because that was my big fear going into the membership thing, was that no one was going to become a channel member. And yeah, we've only got like 5 channel members right now, but even still, those 5 channel members is, you know, it's helping fund the channel one way or the other. And I will always be grateful for anything people give me. I'm never gonna sit here and like be like, oh, you watched me for this long, but you can't give me money. It's like, no, it's not your job to pay me to do this. Do this to entertain people first and foremost. That being said, I will shill sometimes. For membership so you can get some more. I appreciate that. Because the more memberships we get, the more I can make back from doing this, which makes it where I can dedicate a little more time to this. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I. No, I won't announce that yet. I'll wait for Friday when it gets officially announced. I don't want to give away a big spoiler tonight. Let's see if I can get that little bit of liquid out from between my keys there. There we go. Oh, Mike Bailey is so good. I wish I had more to do with him in LS11, but I just don't have a good place for him in LS11 Impact right now. He's on the roster. He was in action. Yeah, his match was Thursday, right? Him and Gresham versus the Design. Yeah, that was this past Thursday. Because later this week is Embassy of Aaron versus Commander and Vikingo. Yeah, and then next week is ABC versus the Rascals. Because I do like Mike Bailey a fair amount. I just don't have much for him right now, unfortunately. There we go. Oh, Osprey hit the phenomenal forearm there. We'll count that. They mentioned AJ Styles with it. Yeah. Honor Club is my way of building up to ROH pay-per-views. And of course, we're trying to make ROH pay-per-views feel big because there's only 5 of them a year with Gold Rush, Death Before Dishonor, Super Card of Honor, Final Battle, and Best in the World. So we're trying to make those feel special. I might add a 6th in there so it is a nice even one every 2 months kind of thing. Or we might cut one where it's a one every 3 months kind of thing. Since there's only 4 matches a week and not much build, that way it's, 3 months gives it a little more time to breathe, gives me a little more time to prepare. Makes it where I'm not doing quite as much. Well, I thought Mike Bailey almost had him there. But yeah, and we're gonna try and have some big names appear on our club soon. We're kind of teasing one, as you'll all see for members tomorrow. We'll be teasing a huge name for Ring of Honor. A huge freaking name, if you will. It's funny, on a similar note to that, when I was talking recently in the Discord about how I would have done retro TNA stuff, one thing I've decided is that if I do any retro TNA stuff, I'm gonna have some ROH crossover with it. And one thing I want to do, because I never got a chance to pair these guys up in the main universe, is have a kind of invading force duo enter the do a an invading force style tag team from Ring of Honor. I would probably in retro Impact and LS11 say that there was a tag team in Impact of Tyler Black and Kevin Steen because they work so well together nowadays. Would you ever do a Shawn Michaels Combat era retro show? I quite honestly don't know what that is. I don't know what Shawn Michaels' Combat era was. But you will get randomly throughout the year retro shows from every. We're going to over the next several years build out like a full timeline of events in the LS11 universe. Ray gave me a pitch for one today that I'm very excited about. It's going to be all him doing it as well. Oh, okay. Michael's comeback era. Yeah, yeah, we'd probably do something like that at some point. All right, folks, I'm also remembering something I needed to do on my computer that I completely forgot to do. Gotta get something set up for a video for later this week. There it is, Hidden Blade. Like the first match in 4 years era. Yeah, yeah, the SummerSlam '02 era. I mean, that's kind of like we're 2 years later in the timeline for that right now with 2004. But I would be up for exploring that at some point. Oh, Osprey and Bailey are just having a good match here, folks. Oh man. Nearly got him. Mike Bailey and Will Ospreay are they're just having a good match, man. There's not much more to say about it. Yep, doing Sean and Kurt a year early, and that's because oh! I'll explain in a minute. I gotta just be laser focused on the end of this match. The All 11 World Cup wishes it could have done this. Ever figured out a way to do an I Quit match? No, and I've not had much interest in it either. Just personally haven't. Crowd chanting both these guys. Love that. So, what is it? What is everyone's favorite match of the 07 World Cup been so far for the members? I'll start with a Styles clash. Oh my God, is he going into Stormbreaker? Yup. Nope, not yet. Not yet. That wasn't. This one match has almost drained my second drink just from the game. Whew. All right, there we go. Another one done. Nagamura versus Danhausen was better than expected. Yeah, that was kind of the idea there, was to make it better than anyone had any expectations for. That was definitely the idea, was to make that better than it had any right to be. All right, I might have to call it on the drinking game for the night. That hiccup was a scary one, and I quite honestly don't want to puke tonight.
Is the room swimming?
Not yet.
Then you're not close to puking. Trust me. The room's gonna start spinning, and then it's gonna get worse and worse until you just can't stand. And then you're gonna feel it.
The room isn't spinning, but my stomach is. My stomach feels like it's in a mixing bowl right now.
Then yeah, you might wanna follow it.
I'm gonna have some water instead.
Step on that while I was trying to disarm it. Yeah, someone stepped on the freaking glass. It wasn't you trouble, was it?
The Kenny Omega and Tyler Bate match. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to make as well. Have a snack while we're over here. I still think Alex Shelley is winning tonight. I know my predictions tonight have been 50-50 so far. I'll call your shots up next. So yeah, I'm gonna take the drinking rules out of the description because that one I'm guaranteed like 5 shots during otherwise. I'm so excited for the Call Your Shot, though. It's essentially, for those that don't know what Call Your Shot is, it's pretty much Impact's Royal Rumble, which everyone knows is my favorite match of the year. Which I'm so excited for January, because last January I was in Paris, and don't get me wrong, that was awesome. Paris was awesome. It just coincided with the Rumble. So there was one day where I was just dead, because in Paris time, I stayed up until 6 in the morning from having been up since like 10 in the morning Paris time that day, probably. There's my guy Joe. What match is next? Call your shot on this show. Oh, another subscriber tonight. Wow, thank you. We're rolling in some subscribers tonight. That was like 3 or 4 that we've gotten on the stream tonight. I would love to be able to make the Call Your Shot Gauntlet a mixed gender thing on 2K23. If we were still on 2K19, I'd be able to, but obviously I can't. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I'll probably gently over the next like 2 hours that the show is live finish this drink, but I'm gonna be careful while doing it. All right, folks, call your shot time. Yep, Survivor Series will be your 4th year watching. All right. Eddie Edwards, Rhino, Moose, and Bully Ray are the ones that have won the previous Call Your Shots. Out first is Jake something, who I have actually never seen a match of before. I know he's got a pretty decent following, though. I know he's friends with Danhausen. And Eddie Edwards is the second person in. Can you do the Danhausen person? For maybe a second. Like, I'm being put on the spot here. And yes, Danhausen here, really nice video. I love that Danhausen. That's about as much as I can do tonight, though. I've had a little bit too much to drink. I will say Danhausen's one of those people I'm kind of sad that I won't get to do anything with anymore now that he's firmly back in AEW whenever Ray wants to use him. Ray did ask for him back, so I've asked Ray for a lot of favors when it comes to rosters as of late, so I just gonna give him this one. I mean, for God's sake, I've had Samoa Joe for like 6 months longer than I'm supposed to have had him by now. Like, I was supposed to have given Ray Samoa Joe back at like Slammiversary, if not even earlier than that. Because originally Samoa Joe was going to lose the title at Bound for Glory last year to Jay White. Then he was going to lose it to Sami Callihan in the death match. And then he was going to lose it at Slammiversary, not to Kurt Angle, but to someone else. I just hadn't figured it out yet. But now he's just still got it. So I've just kind of kept it going. And I think at this point everyone kind of knows where that reign is going, but I can't say anything about it yet. Turning Point is coming up in 3-4 weeks now? 3 weeks? What was last week? Was last week Sacrifice? No. No, last week wasn't Sacrifice. 2 weeks ago was Sacrifice. So yeah, 3 weeks from today. Yeah. 3 weeks from today will be Turning Point in LS11. See, this isn't the only thing about when I drink. When I drink, I don't forget anything. The next day, I remember it, but I forget things I'm supposed to know right now. That's the annoying thing. And I lose a little bit of my filter. Oh boy, Kenny King is out next. Don't ask Jim Cornette about Kenny King. This was the match Joe Hendry re-debuted in last year. Oh, it's an Honor No More reunion. And they just said it on commentary, too. Who's going to be number 6? Could be Joe, given that Kenny's in the ring. Nope, it is Juventud Guerrera. Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad I stopped the drinking game. I was not ready for Juventud to be in this. It's Juventud Guerrera. What the fuck? God, I want to go to Bound for Glory live next year. I don't care where it's at. If I can afford the travel and still afford to do nice things with my family, and by that I mean my wife. And you can't forget Juventud Guerrera's one appearance in AEW. Part of the labors of Jericho. Cannot say I was prepared for Juventud Guerrera tonight. All right, who's next? Oh yeah, Swingman.
Look at this little friend.
Ah, cute.
He's so chubby. I love him.
He is. Oh boy, Johnny Swinger's in, folks. I gotta bring this guy into LS11 Impact. He's so damn funny. I got some ideas for how I want to bring him in, though. It'll probably be after the main event Mafia stuff is done, though. That'll be when Impact becomes fun again. Road to 50, baby. God, I'm already a quarter of the way through the matchup. I could see Matt Cardona returning tonight, legitimately. That's kind of my bold pick of the night, is that he'll return and win this. Oh! Bye-bye, Kenny. What the? Oh, hi, Crazy Steve. You're not in the match. Who's next? Okay, it's Giselle Shaw out next. She's got an annoyingly catchy theme song. Oh, and Giselle Shaw eliminates Johnny Swinger. Swingman's gone. Damn. He was my pick to win it. Oh, Matt Cardona's busy in MLW right now. Got it. Oh, no. Oh, not the fork.
God.
Who's next? There's Jody Threat out next, who I know nothing about, and from what I've seen, don't really care. Sadly enough. I don't like to say that about wrestlers, but I just don't really care. MLW underrated Raven is an on-screen character in MLW. Ah, didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that. That's really interesting. All right, who's next? Ah, Kylan King. I like Kylan King a lot. She's got some good potential. Yeah, we actually at one point were talking about doing either MLW or NWA as the membership series instead of Ring of Honor. But NWA, then you got people that are like, oh, you can use Tyrus. No. And then we don't know much about MLW personally, so me and Ray, I mean, and there went Hoovy. All right, who's gonna be next? Oh, she just left AEW a few weeks ago. Sunny Kiss is the next one in Call Your Shot.
That was a cool flip.
Mm-hmm. It's a good if Sunny's gonna be an Impact, that's a good pickup for Impact.
I like them. In the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunny.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's everybody's favorite. It's Bully Ray. I know you're all excited to see him.
Yeah. So it's a intergender event in
Mhm.
Impact.
Their Royal Rumble, which is called Call Your Shot,
Yeah.
is intergender. And instead of just ending when the last person goes over the top, when it's down to two people, it then becomes a regular match.
That's cool.
And the winner gets a match literally at any time they pick for a
Yeah.
title of their choice.
I like the drama.
Yeah. Sunny is a very animated wrestler.
No.
A lot of people like Sunny. AEW just didn't
Like-
do anything.
The energy that I'm picking up just simply because of the over dramatic and like over the top ways that Sunny is moving, it's very much giving like drag queen kind of energy. And that like over the top, over performative.
Yeah.
Which I always think is a lot of fun to see that kind of energy.
And for those wondering why I just fell out laughing, Bully Ray just busted a move. Hey, he's back! I called it! Ladies and gentlemen, for those not watching, I said 5 minutes ago Matt Cardona was going to be in it, and there he is. Holy shit.
You know, I was not expecting to see Indiana Jones style logo on a Speedo.
It is because he competes on all the independent shows, like all of them, and everyone wants him legitimately, so he calls himself the Indie God.
Yeah, but still, like, the Indiana Jones font on the back of a Speedo, though.
Yeah. I was not prepared for him to be next when I said that he was going to come out, that I thought he was going to be in it. Oh, I'm so glad he's there because now that means fair game for Universe again. Oh, this is my original pick to win it. Here comes Jordan Grace. I think she could win the
Now
whole
that's
thing.
an upper body.
Oh, she's been entering, like,
Damn.
she was away from Impact for, I think, 6 months recently.
She's got that Captain America Dorito
Yeah.
cut.
She was doing bodybuilding competitions and winning
I
them
can
while she was
tell.
away.
You don't get that kind of cut and not do bodybuilding. Like, that is specifically a bodybuilding build.
Mm-hmm.
Like most Hollywood stars, when they get really ripped like that, that's bodybuilding, not strength training.
Yeah.
Because strength training doesn't cut you like that. Because you can build strength or you can cut.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do both at once. It's not impossible, but it's significantly more difficult than doing one or the other because
Who's
the
next?
exercises you're doing are very different.
All right, Eric Young is next, folks.
Why the Doctor Doom mask?
I don't know, quite honestly. He always wears different masks.
Like, you're not even green, dude.
Like Jerry Lawler changes his pick after vengeance. So no, my original pick going in was Jordan Grace, but I do my two picks of like I think Jordan Grace is going to win it. Matt Cardona is my kind of bold pick, and Joe Hendry is like if I was picking who was winning it. So Jordan Grace is my official pick. Matt Cardona is my second. Joe Hendry is my he's not going to win it, but I would like him to. To explain that a little bit. I am hopeful that this Matt Cardona Impact return here is going to be like a long-term thing and not just a one-night only thing. And there went Eddie. Hendry's going to be out any minute now. There he is.
Say his name and he appears.
That's my guy right there. That's my guy. And he's going right for Cardona. Also, by the way, just gonna say, the Hendry and Cardona thing. Just real quick. Never got a chance to do this on stream, but...
Now, I'm not saying you owe me royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for.
So yeah. And Brian Myers next. I'm very interested in how how Myers and Cardona are gonna get along with Myers hanging out with Moose now. Oh! Oh no. Oh, what? Hendry was only there for like a few seconds. Major Players Reunion, baby. Oh, sorry, Sonny. Oh man, I was so excited for Hendry there. Yeah, Mike Knox is in Ring of Honor. I just haven't put him on the roster yet. I keep forgetting. Oh, it's he. My guy, he. The guy that accidentally became #1 contender of the digital media title. God, who else is left in this? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 people in the ring. Oh, and Heath is gone. Who's next? Oh, Kazarian. Gotcha. The only person I know that's left is Dango, and I don't think we're at number 20 yet. I don't know, though. Like, I just can't remember is the issue.
Come here, Nizzle. Come here.
Cardona's still in it. Oh, Rich Swann out next. I like Rich Swann. He's pretty cool. Another one of those guys I would like to do more with. So funny with Shawn Michaels super kicking Mike Knox. And yeah, I know what you're talking about. Who was that guy? Yeah. I didn't know that was Mike Knox that he did that too. Yeah. Oh, I'm just happy to see Cardona back on my screen. Good guy. I met him. Super nice. Like, said some very nice things to me when I told him that, like, he was my favorite wrestler when I started watching. And now here comes Jonathan Gresham. Is this gonna be the first time? Okay. I don't know for sure. Is this about the first time in Call Your Shot history that a husband and wife team up?
You wanna know what I just realized, Derek?
What's that?
Shovel almost makes a Luigi-like sound when you enter combat with Shovel out.
Huh.
Shovel just kind of warbled in like a cry, like, oh god.
Neat.
Yeah, I thought you get some appreciation out of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this thing right in the butt.
Yeah, we got our. So I'd have to go back and rewatch, which I will eventually. Previous Call Your Shots, but Jordan Grace and Jonathan Gresham, I think, are the first husband and wife to be in the same Call Your Shot. All right, that's it. Number 20, Dirty Dango. Dirty Dango is going to get, like, Santino'd out of this thing, right? No, Cardona, there's a lot of wrestlers who aren't going to be in character. Yep, he got Santino'd. And they're referencing it on commentary. Drama King Matches went, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Like, I blinked and Dango got eliminated. Vladimir Kozlov beating the hell out of people. I've actually already made plans for how I'm bringing Kozlov in. But yeah, no, there's a lot of wrestlers who are heels that usually it is the heels who are just like the sweetest people behind the scenes, is what I've noticed. Like, Cardona was just so nice. And there goes Kaz. Like, I told him, I was like, you know, you were my favorite when I started watching in 2014. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. And I told him it was just so cool to actually... Jonathan Gresham's trying to eliminate his wife. What the hell, dude? That's how you sleep on the couch. Anyway, he was like, thanks so much. And when I told him, you know, it was just so great to finally meet, like, my childhood hero, he was like, it's so nice to meet you too, bro. Now they're working together. Now it makes sense. Both of my main picks are still in here. Joe Hendry got a shockingly short time in there, which makes me so sad. Like, he was in for a minute, fought Cardona for 60 seconds. Brian shows up, spears him, and eliminates him. Makes me a little worried. But then again, Joe's got the Simon Miller match next week he's got coming up, so, you know. So we are down to Jonathan Gresham, Rich Swann, Bully Ray, Kylan King, Brian Myers, Matt Cardona, Eric Young, not Rich Swann anymore, Jake something, and Jordan Grace. All around, pretty good lineup. Only person I would probably be upset at seeing win is Bully Ray, because he doesn't need it. I don't think he wins it a second year in a row. It wouldn't make sense. It didn't make sense for him to win it last year either, but okay, not going to be Eric Young. It could be Cardona. If it comes down to Cardona and Jordan Grace, then I'm just going to be a super happy man. Because I legitimately think Jordan Grace should win the men's title at some point. Like, she said her big goal is to win every title there is in Impact. She's already gotten 3. She's gotten the Knockouts Tag, and Digital Media. All she needs now are Impact Men's Tag, X Division, and World. And I think she could do it. I really do. I mean, you look at her, I believe she could kick most men's asses. Oh, a squash match, Hendry versus a YouTuber. Yeah. Well, Simon Miller's a trained wrestler at this point, so it is really cool for Simon Miller that he's getting that moment. I'll be watching Turning Point. I won't be doing it live, but I'll be watching. Just because it's going to air in the middle of the day, so I can't watch it live. I'll watch it on catch up the next night or later that night or something at home. Oh, right in the penis. The guy just got punched right in the penis. What can I say?
That sounds kind of gay, though.
Well,
Why are you touching that man's dick like that?
Cardona eliminates his own partner. Final four. I got a 50-50 chance now of being right. Because the final four is Kylan King, Jordan Grace, Matt Cardona, and Bully Ray. So I got a 50-50 chance of being right. I like those odds. And Jordan Grace and Matt Cardona are going at one another right now as well, which tells me it's probably going to come down to Jordan Grace and Bully Ray. And it does. This was teased back in January when I saw Impact for the first time. This is actually pretty cool. All right, Jordan Grace and Bully Ray, here we go. Come on, Jordan Grace. She's also the first woman to make it to the finals of the Call Your Shot. That's really cool. She's going to win it because there's no way they just do Bully again. Right? I mean, there's no way it's just Bully again. Really don't like that they're just being like, oh, she's hitting him and it's doing nothing. He's tapping her and she's falling over. Really not enjoying that.
That sounds like sexism.
Like, I get it. She's like 150 pounds and he's like 330 pounds. However, she's mostly muscle. Him, not so much. Oh! Oh! Yes! I think that's the first time in history I've, like, said, all right, this is my number one pick to win this matchup for a Rumble-type match, and been directly correct. Fuck yeah. Jordan Grace wins, folks. God, I'm so happy Jordan Grace won that. She's about to announce that she's going to go for the men's world title, isn't she? Oh, nope. She's going for the knockouts title. Damn. She's called her shot for Hard to Kill, though. I would have liked to see her go for the men's title. That would have been cool. But that's just me, I guess.
Okay. Get all the hands off the couch. You know better. Yeah, I'm calling you out on that. Marginally more brain space than that.
All right, folks. I'm going to try and run an ad. Nope. It's still not letting me. All right. Well, I'm going to step away for a moment, everybody. I got to run to the restroom. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready for a long Josh Alexander match. Yes, I am. Ooh, that could have been bad. I just nearly knocked over my drink. Missile's being very chatty tonight. This is a very fun Bound for Glory. I'm thinking back to the last couple years I did this. Year one that I did it, 2021, where it was Christian and Josh Alexander. That one was a lot of fun, but I wasn't as into Impact yet. So I think had I been like super into Impact, I would have been very behind it. Last year it was a lot of fun as well, but last year, I don't think it was as good. I don't think it was as good last year as it has been so far this year. This year's has just been so good. All right, so it is Mickey James versus Trinity up next. I really think if Mickey loses, that's going to be it for her in Impact. I know WWE has interest. I know she's not officially signed with Impact. It's like a per appearance kind of thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
We could have used Mage Hand across the gap. I didn't realize it could manipulate these levers.
I didn't know I had Mage Hand.
I don't know if you have it or not either, but I mean it's a cantrip. But Gail knows it. Or at least I made sure he learned it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, I guess. Yeah, because the rules in D&D is that Mage Hand cannot perform complex tasks, but it can do simple things. And it cannot lift more than 10 pounds. Because I had Eddie use Mage Hand to, basically to steal a letter.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, the guys were jerks, so they had it coming. They were being asses and doing some really nasty things in the world.
Yeah.
So that letter, so Eddie got tasked with finding proof of their misdeeds. So part of the way that he did that was he used Mage Hand to steal this letter to serve as proof because it came in off of their front lines.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Zach asks, what were you going to say earlier about doing angles of Michael's year earlier? Okay, so I've been drinking, so I don't remember exactly what I was going to say. Something along the lines of when we eventually get to WrestleMania 21, the card's going to be very different, and also, as good as that matchup was at WrestleMania 21, I think the current plan I have for Shawn Michaels that show when I eventually do it is better. That's roughly what I was gonna say. Ray and I were actually talking about Trinity, the current Knockouts champion, the other day. Um, we were talking about how we think that once we've had a few months of Triple H at the helm in WWE in the real world, once we've made sure Vince is going to stay away, we could both see Mercedes going back. Ray said he's not quite sure Trinity would go back. I believe I heard her recently say she was open to the idea, but she's having a lot of fun with Impact right now. If either of the top titles in Impact change tonight, I think this is the one. I don't feel like Josh is winning tonight. Something tells me Alex Shelley is gonna go heel and win. Do you agree that Josh is Mr. Bamford? I do. I truly believe Josh Alexander's kind of taken over the AJ Styles role as like Impact's top homegrown babyface.
Babyface.
Okay, that's a lot of words I gotta explain to you while I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Homegrown means a star that is a wrestler that wasn't very well known before they came to this company.
Uh-huh.
So like John Cena is a WWE homegrown star, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Babyface are good guys in wrestling, heels are bad guys. I don't really get it either. It's just always been the thing.
It feels derogatory is the thing.
It's not meant to be.
It sure feels. If somebody called me babyface, like in a career-defining way, I probably would not take that as a good thing.
And I can understand that. However,
I'm waiting.
it's always been a thing in wrestling, so therefore.
This doesn't make any of this better.
For you maybe. For me it makes sense. So, and only one of us does wrestling stuff professionally for a living.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have not really gotten an explanation.
I don't know why they call them baby faces and heels. That's just what they've always called them. That's my explanation. Babyface because they're squeaky clean good guys. I don't know where the term heel comes from though. Sometimes baby faces are just called faces, so because they're the good guys, they're the faces of the company.
Yeah, I've heard you say that. I've never heard the term babyface though.
Yeah, I try and stick with face more because babyface does sound weird to me. But heel, I don't know. I don't have an explanation for that. Oh, and the feed missile alarm's going off. I'll handle that between matches. That's still on my old phone too. I haven't moved that to my new one yet. Or not my new phone, you know what I mean. The other old phone.
Ooh, that's pretty. The Shining Saver of Skulls.
Mm-hmm.
It does 1d4 plus 2 bludgeoning damage, plus an additional 1d4 radiant, and 2 acid damage. This is going to be fun to play with. For a combined total between 6 to 12 damage possible. Oh, Shadowheart, if you continue to miss my sweet.
Let's see. Last time I bet against Mickey James in a title match at Bound for Glory, it was 2 years ago, and it wasn't me. It was the Quizmaster who bet against her, and he was very wrong on that night. He still should have beat Ray on that night. That's all I'm saying. I'm struggling here, folks. The drinking game is always a mistake every year, but this year it seems I wasn't ready for it. I think I've become more of a lightweight the last couple of years. Or, as someone at work called me the other day, a cheap date. Oh man, the main event's gonna keep me here for a while, isn't it? Because this match is already gonna keep me here for a while. That was nearly it. Oh! Alright. Oh, into the submission. Is this it? I mean, I feel like Trinity should probably win. Okay, Starstruck. That's what it's called. That's good to know. Doubt I'm gonna remember that tomorrow, but you know. That's it. Yeah, tell Ray that you liked the revolution. Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna tell him right now. Hold on. Yeah. We got an email from the new apartment, by the way. Well, wife. Just saw that. Okay, hold on, Zach. I got you. I'm live watching Impact now, comma. Zach said to tell you he liked Revolution. Okay, there you go. Okay, he's been told. You're good. I'm sure he'll send a text saying, tell him I said thanks or something in a second. All right, Trinity wins. Hmm. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't rooting for Moose. Hard to Kill. I'm a big Moose fan. I wish that they would do more with him. I bet they're gonna announce the location. All right, main event time. We'll probably be here for like 30 minutes because of it, but you know, maybe we'll get out of here before 11. I got my doubts. Josh Alexander's so good. Doing a prime card against Josh Alexander, that'd be a good match. It would be, man. It would be. One thing I hope that we can somehow figure out with the retro pay-per-views is rewrite history just a little bit. Rewrite history just enough to have Bryan Danielson and Kurt Angle be in the same company at the same time at some point. God, I'm so glad Alex Shelley is champion, though. Oh, alarm again. Okay. Oh, Pierre just shared in the L7 Discord that Sami Callihan is backstage at AEW Collision tonight. Or at least was backstage? Is backstage? I don't know how long, is Collision still on? I don't know. I don't watch Collision. It's just I already watch enough wrestling during the week, so pay-per-views on Saturdays are like the occasional exception. Otherwise, I like to spend Saturday nights, not dealing with wrestling. All right, main event time. God, like I like Josh Alexander, I really do. We had him as champion for a long time. I would be okay if he just went a little while longer without it. I want to see him get it back eventually. Just not right. Just not right this minute, essentially. Met Alex Shelley when I was at Impact as well. Another just super nice guy. Motor City, like they kind of rushed us through the meet and greet with Motor City, but I get it. That line was backed up, and the tapings were starting in like 15 minutes when they finally got there. So God, the Motor City theme song is so good. I don't want to see Alexander versus Osprey or Shelley versus Osprey. So you're in luck, Zach, because I believe at the tapings that they're doing in Chicago tomorrow, they're taping Alexander versus Osprey for a future episode of Impact. Because that both of those matches do sound great. I know Will Ospreay becomes a free agent next month, I believe, end of next month, and he's open to going anywhere. I see him probably signing with AEW, but I could also, I could see him shocking the world and doing some WWE stuff. I think it's definitely significantly more likely he goes to AEW though. All right, here we go, main event. Yeah, so he's doing the Don Callis. Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel like it's probably more likely he just sticks with AEW. That and the schedule for AEW is probably a little more ideal with him wanting to keep living in the UK with his wife and his stepson. And he's outright said that himself, so. I do think it's funny that Alex Shelley's world champion now, and right now in Alex Levin, he's probably doing the least he's ever been doing since, of course, since showing up for the first time in season 3. Here's a good question: who do you think will beat Gunther for that IC title? That's a great question. It seems like WWE's building it to be Chad Gable right now. I'm not personally interested in that because they haven't made Chad Gable super believable now. They had it with the countout win, but now he's doing goofy stuff again. with the having like they've doubled down on the goofiness, which is making me not buy it as much. I would love it to be Sheamus to get the Grand Slam, but Sheamus is on SmackDown. Granted, Sheamus's injury could be a good way to move him over to Raw. Um, so I'd like to see it be Sheamus to get the Grand Slam before Sheamus eventually retires. I think honestly, I'd like to see Gunther just win the World Heavyweight title while still being Intercontinental Champion, and then vacate the Intercontinental title, and then it becomes, oh God, who's gonna beat him for the World title now? And I feel like you could, if you give it like another 6-7 months, you could build Ludwig Kaiser up to beat him. You could build Ludwig into a serious single star, which kind of feels like what they're trying to build anyway, with all the tension in Imperium. Kind of. But like if Gunther doesn't win the world title after dropping the Intercontinental, then they've done something very wrong. Wonder if Impact's updated anything on their website yet. I think they usually wait until like the day after to update anything on the website. I don't think they update it live as shows are going on, but we'll see. Because I'm mainly just curious, like, is Matt Cardona actually back? Okay, yeah, no, they haven't updated the website at all. You know, someone I'd like to see on the Impact roster, Big Damo. I'd like to see Impact try and pick him up. He's someone that I'm shocked no one signed yet. Like WWE hasn't gone to get him back. AEW didn't sign him, which AEW brought him in to lose to Shawn Spears in like 3 minutes. So ooh, big chop there. Oh wow, Josh Alexander's not lost a singles match in 2 years. Last time he lost a singles match was when Moose beat him at Bound for Glory 2021 after cashing in the Call Your Shot stuff. Wow. Which I do realize they could have Josh Alexander win and then run back Moose and Alexander at Hard to Kill. Wouldn't personally be my preference, but I could see it happening. One of those things where it's not my preference, but I'm also like, if Josh Alexander wins, I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad booking or it's stupid, because it makes sense. He never lost the title. But at the same time, I feel like Alex Shelley as world champion still has so much left to offer. Especially the whole story going on of, you're not a transitional champion. No one is saying it except yourself. There's a lot of potential there with a story like that to keep going with it. Which I will definitely say, it was really cool when we went to the Impact tapings back in June. It was really cool to see Motor City come out together with the World title and X Division title. I do wish we'd have actually, like, when we got the picture with them, I wish they would have had the belts with them. And, like, held the belts in the picture. Because, like, Hendry had the belt when we did the picture with him. Let's see, I've probably got the Motor City picture on my phone still. I'll share it for the live audience. Let's see. July. Where's first day I got Missile. Yeah, there we go. So, like, Hendry had the digital media title, and we took a picture with him holding it. But then when we got the picture with Motor City at the beginning of the night, yeah, no belts in sight. And seeing Ray stand next to Motor City machine guns is comedic, to say the least. The only person that we took a picture with that Ray didn't make look tiny was Joe Hendry. PCO was supposed to do meet and greets after the show, but ended up having to go to the hospital because that's when they did the cinder block and then the setting him on fire spot at a show. So he actually got, like, I think 2nd-degree burns and had to go to the hospital. Would have been very interesting to see him and Ray stand side by side.
Okay. Good little girl.
Ooh.
And no fucking healing options. Bruh.
Have you played the new Mario? I know that this is a wrestling stream. Oh no, dude, you're more than welcome to ask non-wrestling questions on watch-alongs. That's exactly what the watch-alongs are for. Is for people to ask me literally anything wrestling or not. I have not played it. I was gonna tell this story at the beginning of the stream, but I completely forgot to. Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Spider-Man 2 both came out yesterday. I have had them both pre-ordered since they were both announced. Had them both pre-ordered on Amazon. Forgot to change my shipping address, or either did change my shipping address and Amazon didn't save it. So it went to my old house where my grandparents live, which is 2.5 hours away. So haven't gotten to play either of them yet, but they both look so fun. But yeah, no. This goes to anyone. If you want to ask me non-wrestling questions, this is the place to do it. Is on live streams. Because that's what I'm going to be most open to talking about non-wrestling stuff. During premieres, I don't want to talk about, what my favorite Batman game is. Or anything like that. Because there's a big difference. That's why I'm trying to increase my live presence between here and Twitch, and we'll probably start to do so more come December when we move to the apartment. Gonna do a Mario stream on Twitch, yeah, probably. When I get moved, which will be in late December, we'll try and start doing Twitch streams again. I gotta get the Sanctuary all set up for that though. Right now, I just don't have the space or the time. But once I'm not doing the retro series every week and everything else, and I've kind of gotten everything set up and all together, where it's just Raw, SmackDown, Impact, and World Cup and Honor Club every week, where I'm knocking out that stuff across 2.5 days. Then I'll have like solid evenings to myself where I can stream. Yeah, yeah, and that was the nice thing about Edge going to AEW was it made it so shocking when he won today, and like because he was always going to win today. The plan always going into season 5 was that he would be world champion at some point. We just kind of shuffled around Unforgiven a little bit. Originally, Unforgiven was going to be next month, and Money in the Bank was going to be today, but we swapped those around to get the Edge title win out quicker. That way, people would stop hype. People would stop guessing that he was gonna go away every day. Like, all right, he's gonna lose this match and he's gonna be gone. All right, no, okay, he won that one. He's gonna lose this match and be gone. It's like, all right, we'll just have him win the title today. We'll swap Unforgiven and Money in the Bank around, and we'll do the title win now. And so then everyone kind of knows that when he loses the title, that's gonna be kind of it. It'll just be a matter of when and to who. Oh, we've been doing this for 3.5 hours now. Wow. But yeah, I know a lot of people were shocked that Edge won, but hey, on the bright side, LA Knight had a hell of a run with the title. Like the story of LA Knight in LS11 is so interesting, and that's another person whose past I'm interested to look at eventually with some throwback Impact stuff. I want to see if I can make Impact watchable from the years of like 2011 to 2018 when they finally kind of got back on their feet. What was weird was yesterday Sammy mentioned someone going to kick Cody in the face in the 6th. Yep, that was the point. The thing was that was supposed to be hinting to Drew, but it also paralleled very nicely with Alba. So it worked very well. And there's a reason I've been kind of tying the threads there with Drew and Alba being very similar people for Cody. Because I wanted it to be a shock today. I wanted everyone to think, okay, she's gonna embrace Cody's evil ways and cheat to get the title. And then, Cody handed her the bat and told her to use it to, the rest. Probably the most vulgar and brutal line in LS11 history there as well from Cody on that one. It was supposed to be even more vulgar, but there was just a word that I was debating. I was like, I don't want to say that. And so I decided that what I said was what I had Cody say was good enough. And then, yeah, she hit him in the face with the bat and then kicked him in the face, and that was that. Yeah, yeah, it was designed to be like the most. Today was designed with that Cody and Alba scene to, outside of like visual violence, that was designed to be like the most emotionally uncomfortable scene in LS11. Because I really wanted people to like gasp when Drew's music hit, to be like, okay. Because, like, yeah, I feel like I can talk about it now. And, yeah, that was how I was building it because I wanted people to think that, yeah, Alba was going to finally go heel. But, yeah, another thing with that moment, and I feel like I can finally talk about this now. Um, a lot of people thought when Drew lost to Cody, that was kind of it, and like, oh, I blew the moment. Drew should have dethroned Cody at Mania, but there's still more story to tell. Cody wasn't mentally unraveling yet. Cody was still on top of the world when Drew came after him at Mania. Now Cody's unraveling, and Drew's going for him again, and now the clock is ticking. Because Drew still hasn't re-signed. So are we going to have Drew lose again when he inevitably faces Cody? Whether the title's on the line or not, whether Cody is still champion by then or not, are we going to have Drew lose again and write Drew out? Or are we going to pull another Edge? Because now that we've pulled that moment with Edge, no one ever knows if we're going to just write someone out immediately after they leave again. We've thrown that precedent out after 4 years of it. For so long, it had been someone had a title, they left WWE in real life, they would lose the title immediately and go away. But now someone who's actively in AEW right now in the real world just won a world title in WWE in the LS11 universe. We turned the whole thing on its head. And so now no one really knows what we're going to do next. And that's really exciting for me. That being said, it looks like we're kind of in the closing moments of the match here. Ankle lock is in on Alex Shelley. Oh, into the grapevine. That's probably it. Like I said, I would like Alex Shelley to win, but I'm pretty much good with either result tonight. Kind of I've got my preference of one over the other, but I'm okay with both. It's like ice cream. I have my preferences, but it's all good. Yeah, Unforgiven felt like a real show. This is a very fun show. It might be the best pay-per-view of season 5 so far. Money in the Bank is going to be a lot of fun as well. I haven't even finished rounding out who all I want in the ladder matches, funny enough. I mean, obviously there's going to be half of each match already filled out at the end of this week, come Friday. But oh, whoa. Yeah, Cody Roman 2 was better than the first one, I agree. Oh, they are just counter for countering right now. There it is, Shell Shock. I think that's it. That's it. Alex Shelley wins. Hell yeah. Alex Shelley beats Josh Alexander clean. Nice. Definitely the result I was hoping for. Josh Alexander will get his time with the title again. He's got plenty of time left on the clock. I'm just glad Alex Shelley's getting like a legit run with the title. All right. Is it going to be a swerve or surprise? Let's find out. Josh Alexander's back up to his feet. Is one of them about to turn heel on the other? Josh is offering his hand for a handshake. And there's a handshake. Is anyone going to turn on the other? This is all building to Shelley and Sabin. I hope so, Ray. I really do. Because they've done the match once, and it was for the winner to face Josh Alexander. I would really like to see them do that match again. All right. Please go fade the show. Fade the show. Please no Phil tonight. No Phil. I don't think I can physically handle Phil tonight. That's it. End the show. No Phil in sight. Hold on, they're in a... Hold on, they're airing some kind of vignette. Hold on. Is this just a preview for the next Impact show, or what's going on? Okay, it says not live. Okay, no, I am live. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Um. What? What the fuck? So, for reference, there's a video package, folks, of a lot of people running through the woods. Frankie Kazarian just emerged from the bottom of a lake holding a box. Um,
Sounds like some kind of a Halloween thing to me.
it feels like it's a preview for their next show, maybe? I think they said they had an announcement regarding their January pay-per-view. So I think maybe this has got something to do with it. Okay. They're saying they have to go back to where it all started to get to the change. They did a pay-per-view in Atlanta back in January, Ray. With the exception of Jordan Grace and Josh Alexander, everyone here in this video was there when it was still TNA. Time for them. Wait, what? Are they? They're TNA again! They just rebranded! What the fuck? Okay. So it's not Impact Wrestling anymore. So did they just rebrand to fucking TNA? To quote Ray, you can't just go back. TNA is the greatest promotion of all time. Jobber J, or excuse me, not Jobber, he doesn't want to be that anymore. TNA is the greatest promotion of all time. Head of PR, JJ Gyllenhaal. What the fuck? All right, well, that's the end of the show. Impact just rebranded back to their old name of TNA. Sure, why not? What? No, hold on. Like, hold on. Yeah, no. They just rebranded. Hold on. What? Hold on, everybody. I just gotta do one thing before I sign off for the night. There. Well, I'm gonna. I mean, it is what people know. That's all right. I'm gonna sign off. I don't